Hello, hello everyone. I'm Marty Chinesky along with my good friend Ken Montroy. We're the host of your local sports wrap-up here in Wyandotte. Today is August 30th, 2019. Ken, how was your week?
Not bad there, Marty. I was a little concerned about what was happening over there in Brazil, though.
Fires running rampant?
Well, not only just the fires, but the fact that they actually saw where the trees were cut by chainsaws, and the trees fell, and then it's a man-started fire, which has obviously escalated into a really, really, really big fire. But their country was offered money to help them out, but they are not sure they were going to use it because the money that they wanted to use it for wasn't in the way that they wanted. And
Well, the whole thing is they want to farm that land, and they're going to plow it and farm it, and they're going to do what they want with it.
That is
I
correct.
mean, that's the rumor. That's what I hear. But also, we've got a hurricane approaching Florida.
Well, hold on, back to the other one because that's a lot of water in that hurricane. But back to Brazil, here it is. They're telling the president of that country how to run his country to say that they can't make money off of farming because it's so important to the world. And he's going, hold on. You guys do all this. You pollute with the oil. You pollute with all your mining. You're going to tell me how to do things. Anyway, it's just kind of a interesting way to go about things where this country is saying to the world, excuse me, you guys already screwed up the world so much, but now you're worried about the way we hold the world?
True.
Anyway, I just
I'll
found it
give
really
you that. I'll
interesting.
give you your 2 minutes to vent.
Ooh, I got
And
more
there's
than 2 minutes.
There's
but
a
yes.
hurricane approaching Florida. Dorian, gonna slap
I did.
slap it silly. My family was just down there.
What was your first thought when you heard Dorian hurricane?
Dora the Explorer.
My first thought was, I never knew anybody named Dorian.
That list comes out at the beginning of the year.
And who makes up the list? Just curious.
National
and
Weather
where did
Service.
they come up with these names? Just
National
curious.
Weather Service.
Has there been a Martin
Oh yes.
hurricane?
Oh,
There
yes.
has?
Oh yes.
Wow, I didn't. Has there been a Kenny or Kenneth hurricane?
I could only imagine over all the years.
Well, the Catholic school I was going to, I wanted to know if there was a Catholic saint that was Saint Kenneth, and I did find out there was one. Of course, I had to go way to the back of the book.
All
But
right.
I did find one.
Big football weekend, everyone. Big football weekend. All the high school sports started out this weekend. College football starts this weekend. Pros start next
Actually,
week.
it started last week.
Yeah, well, a couple days ago. Anyway, Wyandotte Roosevelt off to a good start.
They did?
They
What
won their
happened
game
there?
against Monroe last night.
Monroe's very tough.
28-21. Yeah, they run a spread offense, 5 receivers, Barry Sanders style. A lot of room
That's
to
good.
run.
I like that a coach would bring in the spread offense because with the spread offense, these kids are going to be going to colleges that use spread offense. And I think that could be quite beneficial as opposed to the 3 yards and a cloud of dust.
Yeah, those days are gone, I think. It was the 13th consecutive week that Wyandotte Roosevelt has won the opener.
13. How many times? I think that they've won, they've been in the state playoffs like 11 times in a row.
Yes, since 06 that I know of, that I believe. It was also the smallest margin of victory in week 1.
Oh, well, they got a tougher opponent here. Let me tell you, Monroe's tough.
They're going to be tough, yes.
How did the running game do?
Well, the quarterback, Jalen Pitchford, they ran the ball. I mean, he ran the ball for about 250 yards.
Solid.
Solid. The quarterback only had, he had 25 of them.
He
And
ran
he
for
scored,
25 yards?
And he scored.
Oh, and he did score?
He was a little
You
erratic.
ain't getting the ball at the goal line then.
Now, not being at the game, he was 4 for 12 passing. Now,
4 for
we
12,
don't know
yeah.
if the receivers had butterfingers or he was throwing it over their head.
And you have to understand that the coach probably set up a game plan that was not probably conducive to the passing game plan. And because of that, he probably had to throw out a necessity.
Yeah.
I'd give him that.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't see the game. I was moving my daughter into college, so that was an adventure in itself.
Fantastic.
Yes. Christian Cooper, though, good running back. 147 rushing yards.
140. How many carries? That's a lot.
14.
14 carries?
10 yards a carry. So just keep giving him the ball, and it's a first down every time.
Oh, I tell you
Is
what.
that how it works?
Pick out the guy that you like to follow and just go.
And Cody Bowser, he had 86 yards and a touchdown.
86 yards as the second leading rusher. Very good.
And this Logan McGraw, another running back or fullback, he had a touchdown also. They
Well,
don't
it
have
sounds
his
like
yardage.
it sounds like the offensive line is solid because it creates the running that they've had success at. What made them win the game? I understand it was their defense.
They, well, you know,
Didn't they stop them a couple times on
yeah,
fourth down?
fourth down 4 times inside the 10, I understand. There were
Inside the 10
4
on
times.
fourth down.
I mean, 3 times on 4th down.
3 times on fourth down.
According to my sources,
So if they had a kicker, which apparently they did because they scored how many points? 21?
it was.
So they had an extra point kicker,
yeah,
right?
yeah. If they'd have kicked those 3
If they'd have
times,
kicked 2 of them
true.
were tied.
Yeah, 3 times they would have won the game.
Wow.
You know, it's something to
Coaches make choices.
It's a non-league game, so Monroe could afford to, quote unquote, afford to lose.
It would have
that
been
game.
it would have been a good feather in their cap if they could have beaten Wyandotte Roosevelt, but Wyandotte Roosevelt stood to the challenge.
And we have
Hurrah, Bears.
all the results downriver. I mean, we can post that up right here. Carlson doubled up Southgate, 42-21.
Ah, Lincoln Park.
Yeah, my old alumni.
Tough
Allen
times.
Park's tough. They slapped them around.
Yeah, well, that's
Woodhaven beat up on Taylor.
48-14, huh?
Look at Trenton slapping
Wow,
at
Trenton, that offensive machine is moving already.
That was a non-league game.
It doesn't matter. That offense didn't know the difference. It just moved.
Yeah, it's they're going to be tough. So
They're
I
gonna be
can
real
see in
tough.
our division now, you got Woodhaven and Trenton going to be tough.
Going to be tough. Well, start them off. You know what they say? Get in the ring, and we'll find out what happens.
We had a few others. New Boston Huron 41-0 over Melvindale.
Well, Melvindale just came into their new league.
Yes.
So you got to give them a little bit of a leeway there to where they probably didn't have a lot of time to study any game films. Correct? I mean,
Yeah,
it's
they
tough.
do get a hold of those. Riverview 44-18 over Romulus. Redford Thurston 26-20 over Flat Rock.
That had to be a nice game, I'll bet.
Allen Park Cabrini lost.
Cabrini lost?
18-15.
My alma mater for coaching.
And the
Detroit Voyer.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Well, it's a bunch of lookers.
That Voyager.
Oh, Voyager.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go. See,
Summit Academy
I
29,
slipped off.
Dundee 7.
I had a
Richard-
moment.
Gabriel Richard beat Grosse-Ile 21-15. It was the
Richard beat Grosse-Ile?
first time in school history that they beat.
Oh my
Grosse-Ile.
gosh! They beat first time in school history.
If
Wow.
they beat, and it doesn't say how long they've been playing each other, but that's an interesting factoid. That,
Sorry, seniors on one hand, and congratulations, seniors on the other.
That's right, because they were over 3.
All right.
I don't like that Michigan team and that Ohio State team. So it's sort of the same thing, you know. They haven't beat
Oh, is
them.
it really? Oh. Let's go to the whole. You said the whole.
My daughter
history.
goes to Michigan.
Wait a second.
If you got a
you said-
problem, email us.
You said the whole history. The whole
no,
history.
I said last 4 years, seniors.
Well, that too. I mean, you rolled that into it, but the whole concept was that they hadn't won the first time that they'd beat them in their history. I don't think that's the case with Michigan and Ohio
No,
State.
not at all.
Well, of course, and that's why I was a little shocked with your statement. But being, Michigan State fan, I fully understand that.
Next week,
Good luck
we have
this
the
year.
games for next week up here. We can take a peek at them. Allen Park is hosting Taylor. Woodhaven is hosting Carlson. Wyandotte.
Gets that so forward, fantastic.
You know what?
just
They're
kinda-
on the road, though. I got this backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wyandotte's on the road.
Let's tip it upside down.
Yeah. So that must mean that Southgate's hosting Lincoln Park, Taylor's hosting Allen Park, Carlson, and then Trenton's hosting South Lyon. Now,
Fantastic.
South Lyon's tough. That's Jeff Henson's team.
Really?
South Lyon come down here and might just
Did
slap.
they win their first game?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
but they're tough. They were in the state quarterfinals or
Last year?
whatever last
Okay.
year. Yeah, South Lyon would be a tough test
Well,
for
then-
Trenton.
Then that'll be a big plus and a feather in their hat when they beat them.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
That offense is going to keep rolling. Let me tell you, I have no doubts in there.
So
Trenton is a solid team.
to go off the board, today's
the
Friday,
board.
August 30th. College football starting up.
Yes.
Michigan State plays tonight.
Who they
Michigan
play?
plays tomorrow. I don't know. I'm not the college football guy. I figured you'd
okay.
know.
No, but we'll make
Michigan
a point
plays
of it,
what?
and I will know.
East Tennessee State, something like that.
Who's
Some
that?
high school team Michigan's playing.
Oh, no, actually, they have the toughest preseason of anyone that's going
is
on
that
right
how
now.
that works?
Yes. Well, that's what they say. And they give them enough money to say it.
Ah, gotcha. Gotcha.
Money's everything. But, yeah, anyway, so Michigan starts tomorrow about 7:30, and State starts tonight, huh?
Is it a night game tomorrow?
Michigan is.
Is it? Wow. State starts tonight. I know that. They always play on Friday, I thought.
Huh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they always do. Like the high school teams. Oh, I am so
Tulsa.
sorry. Did I say that? I am. To all you Michigan State fans, I am so sorry.
Yeah, he
I don't
is.
want you to confuse them with the high school teams.
That's correct. Gotta
Okay.
love it.
We got soccer here, mister.
Yeah, what else is starting up? We've got all the fall sports starting
Well,
up.
and
Volleyball, soccer.
Woodhaven is off to a good start by winning 2 games out of their first 2. They beat Lincoln Park. Oh, man, Lincoln Park's getting smacked around lately. 6-0. And they also beat Trenton 5-1. So it should indicate that they're a pretty potent offensive team. That's a lot of goals. Remember we discussed all the soccer games where they have shutouts and shutouts and shutouts?
And no one gives the goalie credit. They say it's a team thing.
Right, but when you score, then it's a team thing because obviously somebody's passing to get down there to score.
Correct. Correct.
But when it's a 0 game, you don't know how many times it went out of bounds. But then I don't know a lot about soccer.
No, we had the coach in here for the girls. He was pretty happy with
He was very happy.
with the way they were going. How the
Absolutely.
Wyandotte boys doing so far? Woodhaven seems to be the team.
Oh, yes. As far as the boys go, Allen Park, well, they lost to Edsel Ford 4-1. But that was on the 26th. And now we're all the way up to...
I see it's 0-0, Wyandotte and Taylor.
excuse me, 0-0 for Wyandotte and Taylor, but I'm not sure if that was a score where I'd already said that one, but I'm not sure if it was already a score where
They played or not?
they played 0-0. Not that we haven't said that they've had 0-0 scores, but usually they do a tiebreaker, don't they, where they line people up to?
I don't think the shootout is in the high school game.
Oh, really? So they can be 0-0 or 1-1?
There was a 2-2 tie. Somebody just played to a 2-2 tie, and they didn't. Yeah,
Well, of the
they would
scores-
break. They would break the tie with the shootout if it
All
was
scores:
in.
Allen Park beat Carlson 6-0. Woodhaven beat Lincoln Park 6-0. Edsel Ford won 4-1. Southgate won. Oh wow, Trenton 9-1. Southgate lost to Hazel Park 7-2. So I really don't see any ties here except for that one. So, but you're right. I mean, I don't know. I guess they do. I'm sure they would have a curfew because they are underage. When I was underage, we always had a curfew.
Yeah, well. now
Well, the
they play
upcoming
night
games, just so you know, the upcoming games, we got
Everybody's off
Wyandottes
till
playing
Tuesday.
Wyandottes playing Woodhaven, and they're also playing Airport on the 7th. So that's what I got for Wyandotte.
Okay.
How about you? What do you got over there?
Well, I was wondering. I was just thinking. I was talking to one of the guys in the booth yesterday
One of the guys in the booth here.
about the football
Joel?
team. They were pretty happy with what came down.
Oh, the guy at the football team booth.
Right, and then we're
Oh,
going
nice.
to Edsel Ford next week, which they got slapped around by Trenton, so it kind of should be 2-0 when we come back.
Well, we certainly hope. Certainly help.
They,
If you're going to have a road game, you definitely want them getting beat the first week on their turf.
last weekend, the Wyandotte Sports Hall of Fame inducted, and I didn't get enough time to talk about this last week, so let me put a few minutes of it in this week. Our Lady of Mount Carmel girls basketball, they were state champs a few years back, in 1980 something, show prep. And it was hosted last week, and they were able to, the 1986 girls basketball state champions were inducted into the Wyandotte Sports Hall of Fame.
Nice.
So, individually, the players I would like to talk about. Judy Borowski, Tracy Fager, Maria Figursky, Molly Hanna, Lucinda Kowalewski.
Good Irish names.
There you go. Jennifer Makuch, Beth Osaski. I know an Osaski. I coached an Osaski.
Wow, apparently they're a pretty talented family.
Kim Sexsmith, Patricia Smith, Carrie Sotheby. We know a Sotheby.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Caroline. We'll give a shout out for Caroline.
Yeah, our producers. And Carol Sychowski. Boy, that's a name. Lori Transiger. Those were the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 girls that made up the team. The coaches, Jerry McCooch and Larry Cheblick.
Cooch. I like that name as a coach.
My wife graduated with Larry. 86.
Really?
No, yeah.
So instead of saying coach, I can say Cooch.
They were in the 74 crowd, so yeah, that's about right. The AD then was John Pilon back then.
Pilon.
And they all got inducted last week, big ceremony, into the Wyandotte Sports Hall of Fame for 2019, which I think is cool. I don't know where it was held at.
I'm just curious, was it held at the school on the soccer field or?
I don't know. They had a whole banquet. So, I know where it was held. It was held at the old Italian American Club down by Biddle Bowl. What's it called now? It's called the Bellicoso. Yes.
Fantastic. The
Bellicoso. And so, congratulations to all of them. You've got your recognition now.
Yep. What are you going to do with it?
Don't forget to check us out on YouTube. Local Sports Wrap Up on YouTube. And then we also have the email address.
We're there right now? Or just like an infomercial?
What are you talking about? Where are you at right now? Where are you? Local Sports Wrap Up at gmail.com.
I'm just asking. We're having an infomercial right now. Usually we do that at the end.
What are you selling?
Oh, I'm not selling anything. I just try to people to go to it and see what they can find. All right. Well, the Yak has some open skating.
As they should. The ice is in.
You still have your skates?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
I've got all hockey
Did you
equipment.
skate
It's from 1970, but I have hockey equipment. The helmet's losing its padding, and the shoulder pads are about this thick right here.
Them shots at the ankle on those skates will
I
kill
don't know
you.
how they do that. I don't know how the pros do it, because those skates, as great as they may have a $500 pair of skates, the padding is still only a quarter inch. I just don't know how they do it.
100-mile-an-hour shot doesn't really do well against
And
them.
they get back out on the ice. I don't know how they do it.
Well, the weekend schedule for open skating at the Yak starts Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 12, but that's for adults. Noon to 1:50 in the afternoon, it's all ages.
Yes, and that's the best time, I will say, when you have little ones, and if you're on like afternoon shift, as I was,
Or midnights.
to take them out there, or midnights, because you'll be the only ones on the ice. And it's wonderful. The adults, you can sneak out with your kid if no one's skating with the adults, but there's always a handful out there doing the 10 to 12, and sticks and pucks aren't allowed either, but they're not allowed either.
Sticks and
I'll just say that when you got your little kid, you can't go out there with a stick and a puck.
Well, they probably don't do well against a puck.
Well, when they're learning to skate, my kid was playing hockey. They all start playing hockey
sticks
at
and
5.
pucks is so that you don't have it, right? Or are you talking about the kids?
You can't have them out there. It's open skating.
No, okay. Well,
I'm
there you
just saying, but when you're the only ones out on the ice, you can find other ways. I
Ah,
just
so
say
you're a
that
rule
way.
breaker.
Nah,
Okay, I get it, I get it.
ask permission
go.
first.
Okay, this
Gotta
is
ask.
not a child's show.
They have insurance.
Okay, well, anyway, the weekend schedule, that was a weekday. Weekend, Saturday noon to 1:20 for all ages, and Sunday from 4 to 5:20 is all ages. That's because they have to make their money off of pickup hockey.
Well, the teams too. The teams
teams.
lock in all the hours. I mean, they skate.
Well, they have to have enough time for practice.
Right, they skate a couple times a week in the adult leagues, the beer leagues as they call them, where the guys
What?
go out there, the 40-year-olds, and there's no beer allowed in the rink. Just so you know.
So if you run into colored ice, it might not be the red line or the blue line, huh?
And everybody's got a water bottle. Not sure what's in it. Everybody's got a water bottle.
Well, anyway, the open skating fees are $3, 17 and under, 18 and under is $4, 60 and over is back to $3. So
I almost qualify.
almost. When do you turn
Almost.
60?
October 26th.
Ah, soon. Well,
I don't see any skating in my future, though.
until then.
No.
No. For non-residents, it's $4, 17 and under. Non-resident, 18 and over, it's $5, and non-resident 60 and over, it's $4. Oh, skate rentals are not available at the Yak. Bring your skates or slide on your butt.
Wow, I thought back in the day they were. Well, but it's probably a pain.
Want to learn to skate and play hockey, or
The iProgram? We were talking iProgram a couple weeks ago, I thought.
I think we are, but it's still on the board here. It's home for boys and girls, 3 o'clock, Yak Arena, September 22nd. Warming room. What's that like in a warming room? Have you ever been in there?
We talked about this a week ago.
did?
At the end of the rink,
Yeah.
At the end of the rink, they built a whole room enclosed, so you're not freezing your butt off standing there watching practices.
So
They
can I
have
bring
tables, they have TVs, you can watch football.
I bring my cooler in there?
There's no coolers allowed in the rink.
Well, it doesn't say nothing about that on there. Okay, so I can't bring in a cooler, even if
You
I
can bring in anything
water.
you want.
Okay, well that's what I thought. You break the rules.
I've never.
You already told me. Oh no, you told me you're going to bring in a hockey stick and hockey pucks.
I said it may have
Okay,
happened
so
once
anyway,
or
so-
twice.
So okay, so you can go into your cooler room, and start September 29th through February. Wow, that's a long
Right,
time.
you register your little one. It's the iProgram, and they'll learn to skate. They'll learn to stop. They'll learn to start. They'll learn to play sticks and pucks. They'll learn to do all that stuff. And, then the
you'll
older
learn to
kids.
pay for a lot of years.
Hockey's expensive. Let's not fool
Very
anybody.
expensive.
But if you want, the older kids now, you can also register. Register now. That's all I'm going to say. Register now. Call the Parks and Rec Department and get your kids signed up for regular hockey. But all those that have played before, they already know that the deadline was near. They have to have a draft. They have to separate all the kids if they have more than one team signed up. They have to split them into 2 teams, and then that's always fun. Little League
Oh,
drafts.
yeah, hopefully,
You ever been
yeah.
involved in a Little League draft, like baseball or
I have.
hockey?
I have. You mean as a coach or as a
As
player?
a coach, aren't
I
they
was going to
just?
say, as a player I wasn't, but as a coach I was.
I'll just say this: I understand people want to build their team and they want them to be.
Oh, you ruffled a feather
best.
there.
Oh yes, and they want to be the strongest, biggest, team in the world, and they want to go undefeated and all that good stuff. When I first joined the baseball thing, and we had a draft, the guy had 10 returning players, and each team was going to get 11 kids or 12 kids. So we go around the table,
Yes.
and he gets to pick. Now, obviously, the 6th pick or whatever, the kids are still strong, theoretically, because I didn't know any of the kids' names anyway.
Right.
And my theory was, why is he not picking? He's already got 10 kids. He picks in 11th and 12th round.
That was my sentiments exactly.
That wasn't the way it worked when I first got involved. No, he picked 2 times, and he said, "See you guys, I'm out of here."
Give me what's left.
And I'm like, I'm at like, doing this now. This is 7 and 8 year old kids. Okay, this is, or 9 and 12, 9 and 10, I forget.
You're old.
That slowly got turned around. I'm thinking, oh great, I got to draft all these kids. Now I've got all these 9-year-olds, and the next year, a 10-year-old, I'm going to have 10 returning kids. This is great. Next year it'll be great. The following year it was, no, you got to get rid of 4 kids because we're going to give each team 7 9-year-olds and 7 10-year-olds. So now I got to dump 3 kids
You
that
missed
I've been
that
coaching.
meeting?
I didn't miss any meeting. The rules that they made up when they got a new president, which I thought it was cool to fair everything up, but in my opinion, it was a year late. But anyway, drafts. Oh my goodness.
My sentiments exactly on that draft. I joined the league. I didn't know anybody. I went and watched the tryouts. I marked down this kid, that kid.
Correct.
I got them all. I'm who I'm thinking. I believe it was.
They're gone when it comes
It
your
was
turn.
10, 11, and 12. So I went ahead. I go through the draft. I take a look at my players. And then they said, well, I can't draft Marty. Well, why? Well, Marty lives on the same block as Eddie, and Eddie's on Mike's team. So Mike gets to draft Eddie or Marty because you live next to his kid.
So they can ride together.
It was so I went to a lot. Actually, I had a confrontation with a guy really bigger than me, and they had to separate us. Although I didn't move, but he came over to join me. But I didn't understand that at all because of the way they did that. And just like you said, it's the parody that they wanted, not farity, parody.
Well, it's okay. When I drafted girls, knowing nothing about
Girls
that,
softball?
yes. And the same thing, I had Julia sit in with me. She knew all these kids. She
That
played
helps.
ball with them.
Oh, that helps.
Oh, it was tremendous. But then she would pick friends, or it just and then yeah. But parents, if you haven't done it yet, when you run a team,
You're gonna love it.
as we wrap up, today is August 30th.
Good luck on your fantasy football teams, boys and
Fantasy
girls.
football. I'm no longer in fantasy football.
Oh, it doesn't matter. There's a lot.
I
of
sell
people
you a
that are.
fantasy football trophy though, if you want one.
That's for
Little
you
plug.
people out there.
Hi, Mom.
wait.
Again, August 30th, local sports wrap up at gmail.com. If you want to get a hold of us, YouTube, local sports wrap up on YouTube. What do they call it? Sign up for us. That way, we'll get the algorithm will change.
Whatever. Please don't try to don't get our attention out on the streets by throwing tomatoes at us. That does not work.
I'm Marty Chinesky, and along with my good friend Ken Montroy, we will see you next week. Thanks
Hopefully.
for watching.